Series was created for school purposes. The Good Eats theme song or the producers of Good Eats were never involved with Kid Chef or the production of it. And I'm using the Good Eats theme song because I couldn't find a better one. Kid Chef! Welcome back to Kid Chef. Now you may notice that we've never done desserts here, so I got the idea to make my very favorite chocolate chip cupcakes. It's my once-a-year birthday treat kind of thing. So, I'm not starting with the flour. We are starting with a preheated oven, 300 degrees. Now, we start with 1.5 cups of cake flour, not all-purpose flour, into a sifter over a medium-sized bowl. And we also have 1 teaspoon of baking powder. What baking powder does is it's kind of like yeast. But it makes the cake like more fluffier and lighter. And you also don't have to like let it rise and apply like the right temperature of water. And this is one of my favorite sifters because it doesn't like do this. That's annoying. You can just bang it on your hand. And it goes onto the bowl too. We also have 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. You may notice that when you're doing this, that the grains are a little too big for this sifter. So when you're done sifting the flour, you'll just have to dump the rest in. And I'm going to dump this in. And this is steam dry. Now we have 1/3 cup of unsalted butter, which is equal to 5 1/3 tablespoons. And I have my hand mixer. I'm going to mix that until it's nice and creamy. Soon we're going to be adding the rest of Team Wet. Now, when you're doing this, you need to make sure you're getting everything. So, even if it goes like up on the sides, you got to get up there. And now we're going to add a little bit of our sugar. We have here 2 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar plus 3 tablespoons. So you're going to want to do this in 2 parts. Well, at least 2 parts. So you can do it in as many parts as you want. Just do it in parts. Once again, you need to get everything incorporated with the butter. So you also have to get up on the sides. Sugar. So just mix this until it's nicely incorporated. And then add some more of the sugar. This is just the first part of the wet mixture. Get up all on the sides. Alright. I think the butter and sugar are done. You may notice it's looking really crumbly. That's because we haven't added any liquid. So here I've got an egg. specifically a large egg. Put that in. Alongside, it's my favorite smell, 1.5 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. Okay, now we've got that in there. We gotta mix it up. Now it's becoming more of a batter because we've added liquid to it. It's got a more thick consistency than it had previously. And look at that beautiful golden color. The vanilla really does add nice color. Okay. So now that we've assembled Team Wet, you may notice we've only got 2 things left. We've got 2/3 a cup of whole milk and Team Dry. So what we're going to do is we're going to alternate incorporation. We're going to add about 1/3 of our dry mixture because we're doing this in thirds. It's very important. So we're going to add 1/3 of our dry mixture, then mix it. Until it's well incorporated into the wet mixture. And once again, you have to get it up on the side. Have to get it up off the sides. It's real tricky. The dry is adding to the consistency. And now we're going to add 1/3 of our milk. And that's the order that we're going to do this. So it's going to be flour mix, milk mix, and so on. Look at that. That's beautiful right there. So smooth and creamy. The only thing left at the moment is our chocolate chips. But why, you may ask, am I putting the mixer away? It's because I'm using a wooden spoon. You cannot use a hand mixture. We are using 1/2 cup of mini chocolate chips. It's my personal touch. You can't use a hand mixer because it would break the chips, and we don't want that. We want whole chocolate chips in the cupcakes. So just go bottom to top all around to get all the chocolate chips into the batter. And I think that's good. Now we have an ice cream scooper. I like to use one of these because it gets a consistent amount in each cupcake. So each one is the same size. We have 1 dozen of muffin liners in a muffin pan. So just go right up the side and into the tin. Once again, I like using one of these because you get the same amount in each liner. And this recipe is nice because it only makes 12 cupcakes. Now that we've got all 12, we're going to put them into our 300-degree oven for 10 minutes. And then after the 10 minutes, we are going to rotate them and then bake for another 12. And now we are going to rotate the pan because it has been 10 minutes. And now we need to bake these for another 12 minutes. Now that we've waited, the cupcakes are done. But we have to test them first with this toothpick. What you do is you insert the toothpick in the center of the cupcake, and if it comes out clean, it's good. Clean enough. So now, remove the cupcakes and let them cool. Now, let's talk frosting. For our frosting, I have in mind that we can make a vanilla buttercream. So I have here 2 sticks of unsalted butter that have been softened, and we're going to cream it on low speed with a paddle attachment. If you look closely, you can see that the butter is getting a lot smoother, which means that we are good to go. Now that our butter is nice and creamy, we can add 2 tablespoons of whole milk, carefully, as well as 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla extract. Do not ever use artificial stuff. Now we're going to turn it on to low. The vanilla gives it a really nice color, and the milk gives it a nice rich flavor addition. So now we're going to go up to medium. And now it's higher. As you can see, the speed of the mixer is also affecting how fast the vanilla and milk incorporate. Now we're done. So using our shield, we can incorporate about 3/4 of your average bag of powdered sugar, which is equal to about 16 ounces or a pound. Very careful, because this stuff can go everywhere. Okay, I think that's good. Look at this consistency. I think it looks great. Tastes great too. This recipe is fail-proof. If you don't think it's thick enough, you can add more powdered sugar. But if you think it's too thick, you can always add more milk. You can't go wrong. So, we're going to lower it, remove the paddle, and scrape it. You don't want to waste this stuff, it's good. Get all the icing off of the paddle. Put it in the sink. Now we add some chocolate chips, personal touch, and mix it around. Like I said before, you can't use the electric mixer for mixing in the chocolate chips because it'll break them. And you don't want that to happen. And now we have arrived at my favorite part. Piping the icing onto the cupcakes.
Something we do not know how to do. Alert.
Okay, that noise means that I need to teach you how to do something. So, make sure your piping bag is twisted like this. Apply an even amount of pressure throughout the process. Just go in a circle and go like up, like that. Now for this icing, we have chocolate chips in it, so we have to use this specific tip. It's round and large. And we gotta do this for all 12 cupcakes. Even pressure. And finally, we've arrived at my brother's favorite part of this process, eating! Eating. Let's go for it, dude.
Let's do this.
Mmm. The cake is so moist and fluffy. And the icing has this richness that perfectly adds to the cupcake. And the chocolate brings it all home.
True that.
We'll see you next time on Kid Chef.